Kazakhstan visit to further strengthen long-standing relationship. Enhance teacher capacity in digital technology. Salam Malaysia Madani, I'm Syahida Arifin and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim continued his tour of Central Asian countries, arriving in Kazakhstan today for his inaugural official two-day visit. It's aimed at further strengthening the long-standing relationship between the two countries, which span over 3 decades. Now, the last visit by the Malaysian Prime Minister to Kazakhstan, the largest Central Asian country with a population of almost 20 million, was in 2014, a decade ago. The Prime Minister was welcomed by his counterpart, Olhas Bektanov, Kazakhstan Deputy Foreign Minister, Alibek Bakayev, Mayor of Astana Zanis Kassambek. The Malaysian delegation includes Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan, Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz, Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Datuk Seri Tiong King Sing, Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Religious Affairs, Datuk Dr. Muhammad Naim Mukhtar, as well as senior officials from various ministries and agencies. Upon arrival, Datuk Seri Anwar visited the Astana Grand Mosque, the largest mosque in Central Asia and one of the largest mosques in the world, which serves as a significant religious centre in the city. During the 20-minute visit, Datuk Seri Anwar also joined the congregation in prayers and was briefed by Kassambek on the construction of the mosque, which was completed in 2022 and which can accommodate approximately 235,000 worshippers. The official visit symbolises Malaysia's commitment to strengthen bilateral cooperation with Kazakhstan, which was first forged on March 1992, covering various sectors such as trade, investment, higher education, tourism, and halal industry for mutual benefit. The government will ensure that low-density rural and interior areas are provided with sufficient internet coverage to facilitate students to learn online. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the government will also ensure that there are no more situations where students have to climb trees just to get internet coverage.
Saya telah memberitahu Menteri Digital supaya mulai daripada akhir tahun ini hingga seterusnya tidak ada lagi pelajar yang panjat pokok untuk mendapatkan liputan, kerana kita telah ada 5G, 5G yang akan ada 2 service provider.
The Deputy Premier said this when officiating the National Level Teachers' Day celebration in Kuantan. In the meantime, Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid said the country, which is currently in the era of the 4th Industrial Revolution, needs an education system which produces a student fluent in digital technology so that they can compete and meet the needs of the job market in line with the evolution of the digital world. Therefore, the Education Ministry needed to formulate a strategy to ensure the ability of digital technology to become part of the cultural tradition of acquiring knowledge among the Madani generation. The Education Ministry MOE today announced several initiatives, mostly aimed at enhancing teacher capacity in digital technology. Minister Fadlina Siddiq said these initiatives could include providing opportunities for teachers to enhance their skills through technology empowerment courses, especially in the field of artificial intelligence AI, with an allocation of 1 million ringgit targeting 500 selected teachers nationwide. She said an MOE will also collaborate with Apple Professional Learning Specialists Malaysia to train and guide 100,000 teachers to be recognised as Apple teachers. Also, in the context of recognising teachers who excel in adapting to digital technology, 1,000 teachers will be selected to attend courses to be certified as digital professionals and recognised as MOE's Guru Jauhari Digital.
tumpuan kita adalah untuk memusatkan keseluruhan kemahiran ini kepada inisiatif-inisiatif pemerkasaan guru-guru digital, guru-guru jauhari digital. Sebab itu inisiatif-inisiatif tadi adalah terkait rapat dengan kemahiran, kompetensi guru-guru untuk melonjakkan mereka menjadi guru jauhari digital dalam negara.
Fadlina also announced that the Teachers' Wellbeing Index will be developed to ensure the well-being of teachers is always maintained, and that the first index will be announced at next year's Teachers' Day celebration. Travellers from 36 low-risk countries will be allowed to use the AutoGate facility for immigration clearance at all entry points beginning 1st of June. The latest addition brings the total number of countries allowed to use the facility to 46. And among the new countries are the European Union, Bahrain, Kuwait, Jordan, Oman, Qatar, China, Canada, Hong Kong and Taiwan.
Saya yakin inisiatif ini akan membolehkan pemeriksaan imigresen di pintu masuk negara akan dapat dipermudah dan dipercepatkan.
Speaking in Putrajaya, the minister said the AutoGate facility would also be extended to all diplomatic personnel working in Malaysia, including their family members. The Home Ministry and the Immigration Department will hold discussions with the Foreign Ministry to obtain details of diplomats and their families residing in Malaysia. All media practitioners needed to consult with the Foreign Ministry for advice and guidelines before participating in humanitarian missions organised by non-governmental organisations, especially in turbulent countries. According to Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil, this would ensure the safety of media personnel during coverage and to prevent any untoward incidents.
Kita kena rujuk dengan Wisma Putra. Kebiasaannya memang ada guideline yang diberikan oleh pihak Wisma Putra dan kita nak supaya bagi kepercayaan diri wartawan, rakan-rakan media yang sekiranya mereka mengikuti program-program ataupun perkara seperti yang dimaksudkan, aspek keselamatan itu yang terutama. Dan hak mereka untuk membuat pelaporan. Kita nak pastikan mereka tidak menghadapi masalah untuk menjalankan tugas. Jadi dua perkara ni setidak-tidaknya ini yang menjadi keutamaan, ya, keselamatan mereka dan juga kebebasan mereka untuk membuat pelaporan, terutama di lapangan.
Fahmi was asked about a video shared in social media yesterday regarding a group of health workers from an NGO reported to be stranded in Rafah, Gaza.
Saya belum mendapat maklumat terperinci daripada Kementerian Luar. Jadi insya-Allah kita akan rujuk dulu apakah status dan apakah tindakan-tindakan yang boleh diambil. Jadi waktu ini saya belum lagi mendapat maklumat itu. Tapi kita ambil maklum semestinya isu keselamatan khusus bagi rakyat Malaysia dalam keadaan-keadaan seperti itu memang dalam perhatian terutama Kementerian Luar, Wisma Putra.
The Membakut district has been declared a flood disaster area as of noon today, following heavy rains that have been affecting several areas since last week. Membakut District Disaster Management Committee JPDB Chairman Ibrahim Turki said the declaration was made based on reports and information obtained from agencies under JPDB. He said the current situation shows that several areas identified as hotspots have started to be impacted, requiring continuous monitoring and assessment of the flood situation, especially for the purpose of evacuating flood victims. Ibrahim, who is also the Membakut district officer, said all enforcement agencies have been instructed to be on the ground to strengthen monitoring efforts and conduct real-time assessments. He added the Membakut District Disaster Operations Control Centre, PKOB, has also been officially open and fully activated, while all department officers have been instructed to be on duty according to their assigned tasks and schedules. As an early preparation, the Temporary Evacuation Centre PPS at the Dewan Kesenian Maharajan in Pekan Membakut has been open to receive flood evacuees if needed. up next, no plans to make dash cams installation mandatory. There are no plans to make the installation of dash cams, dashboard cameras mandatory in all vehicles in the country. Transport Minister Anthony Loke said, although the ministry had received several suggestions regarding this, it needs to consider various aspects, including the costs that the people will have to incur if they are made mandatory. He said the ministry, however, encouraged the installation of dash cams, especially in vehicles from the manufacturers.
Memang ada banyak cadangan untuk pemasangan dashcam ini diwajibkan. Tetapi saya telah nyatakan bahawa kita nak wajibkan sesuatu yang baru kepada semua kenderaan akan ada cabaran dia. Sebab banyak kenderaan-kenderaan yang lama juga ada jalan raya kita. Jadi sekarang ini, setakat ini, Kementerian Pengangkutan belum ada satu perancangan untuk mewajibkan pemasangan dashcam di semua kenderaan.
He said this to the media after an engagement session with editors today. In addition, Loke also encouraged bus operators to install the device to enable recordings to be used as evidence in the event of a road accident. Meanwhile, Loke said there were 600,000 road accidents with over 6,500 deaths last year according to statistics. Therefore, Loke hopes that the public can adopt better driving habits and to be always alert and careful in order to reduce the risk of road accidents. Students at the higher learning institutions IPT will have access to existing information and findings of research at ministries and government agencies before 24th May. In giving this assurance, Science, Technology and Innovation Minister Chang Lee Kang said the ministry is actively compiling all the existing informations and findings of research before granting access to all universities nationwide.
Not only on research data, in fact, research data we have this MOSP, Malaysia Open Science Platform, di mana data-data yang basic data asas memang ada di sana untuk dikongsi antara semua researchers. And the other one is the question that the student asked was about HPC, high performance computing. So we have several centers, HPC centers in Malaysia. We are going to compile that and we're going to send it to all the universities so that they know where to go to get HPC service.
The minister was met after officiating the 35th International Invention, Innovation and Technology Exhibition 2024 in Kuala Lumpur. On 10th May, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim reportedly said that within 2 weeks, IPT students will have access to existing information and findings of research at ministries and government agencies to strengthen artificial intelligence AI technology in the country. The access would be provided through cloud computing, coordinated by MOSTI. The Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives KUSKOP, through the Cooperatives Commission of Malaysia (SKM), has allocated RM2 million for this year's Jom Jelajah Koperasi Program or Jejak incentive as initial support to mobilise cooperatives in the tourism sector. The incentive for the Cooperatives Roadshow is to stimulate cooperatives in their preparations ahead of Visit Malaysia Year 2026, which is expected to attract 26.1 million tourists. Minister of Entrepreneur and Cooperatives Development Datuk Iwan Benedict said the incentive aims to ensure that cooperatives specifically involved in the tourism industry can be positioned as a preferred business model to compete with bigger players in the tourism industry.
Dengan sokongan awal ini, insentif ini dapat meningkatkan semangat dan motivasi koperasi ini bersiap untuk menghadapi tahun melawat Malaysia 2026 dan sekiranya insentif ini diterima baik dan memberi pulangan yang besar kepada koperasi-koperasi yang terlibat, maka kita akan teliti pada tahun yang seterusnya itu untuk menambahkan insentif yang kita boleh berikan khusus kepada sektor pelancongan.
The minister said this to the members of the media after the opening ceremony of Jejak at Banggulis Homestay Activity Centre in Kampung Hulu Cucuh, Sepang. The jejak incentive target the involvement of 160 cooperatives that carried out business activities under the hospitality, healthcare and handicraft industries. Eligible cooperatives receiving the incentive can provide discounts on packages or business products of up to 30%. A total of 174 visits to construction sites in the city have been implemented by the Kuala Lumpur branch of the Construction Industry Development Board (CIDB) for the period January to May this year, with 91 investigation papers open for various offences. Works Minister Dato' Seri Alexander Nantalinggi said the most significant offences identified that were committed by contractors included the misuse of construction materials such as iron scaffolding, in addition to workers not having CIDB recognised skill certificates.
Ya, pada pagi ini saya turunlah ke site ataupun tapak pembinaan yang dah dikenal pasti bersama ni program kita untuk secara mengejut datang untuk kita pantau sebab dalam sektor pembinaan ini memang ada beberapa agensi bersama dengan Kementerian Kerja Raya iaitu CIDB lah. Jadi saya berharaplah kami sebagai satu pasukan begini turun padang. Saya ingin CIDB ini ketua eksekutifnya buatlah selalu kita turun begini supaya kita boleh send a message kepada industri player supaya mereka ini patuh kepada semua sepatutnya peraturan-peraturan dan undang-undang.
The minister was met after CIDB's integrated enforcement operation at construction sites. A total of 13 notices were issued for various offences during the operation, including closure of sites after being identified as breeding grounds for Aedes mosquitoes. UEM Group Berhad's township and property arm UEM Sunrise Berhad has inked an agreement with Itramas Corporation Sendirian Berhad and China Machinery Engineering Corporation CMEC to develop a 16.18 hectare renewable energy industrial park in Gebang Nusanjaya Iskandar Puteri, Johor. In a joint statement, the parties said the industrial park is part of the 1 gigawatt hybrid solar power plant project and one of the flagship catalytic projects under Malaysia's National Energy Transition Roadmap. They say the industrial park will be strategically designed to attract Chinese manufacturers and suppliers across the RE and electric vehicle value chains, as well as the high-tech research and development companies to establish its operations within the park. UEM Group Managing Director Dato' Muhammad Izani Ghani said securing partnership interest from China not only enhances the viability and impact of the national strategic project, but also underscores the importance of cross-border collaboration in driving sustainable development. Still ahead, Hezbollah launched rocket barrage at Israeli positions. Lebanon's Iran-backed Hezbollah group said it launched on Thursday more than 60 rockets at Israeli military positions in retaliation for overnight airstrikes on the country's east. Israel and Hamas ally Hezbollah have exchanged near daily fire since the beginning of the war in Gaza, now its 8th month. Hezbollah fighters launched a missile attack with more than 60 Katyusha rockets on several Israeli military positions in the Israeli-annexed Golan Heights, according to the group in a statement. It added the strikes were in response to the Israeli attacks on Wednesday night on the Bekaa region in eastern Lebanon's Baalbek area. The Israeli army later said it had identified approximately 40 launches from Lebanon towards the Golan Heights, causing no injuries. It added that Israeli forces struck the sources of the fire. The army reported several more attacks from Lebanon on northern Israel, to which it had also responded with strikes. Israel captured much of the Golan Heights from Syria in the Six-Day War of 1967 and later annexed it in a move not recognized by the international community.
Indonesia has prohibited foreign citizens with legal problems to enter Indonesian territory, such as those who violate stay permits and are involved in drug cases. Coordinating Minister for Maritime and Investment Affairs, Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, on Thursday said that foreign citizens who violated stay permits and those who were involved in drug cases would be banned from entering Indonesia.
He said that prohibiting foreigners with legal problems from entering Indonesia can ensure security and comfort for the community, tourists and investors. Panjaitan asserted that foreigners in Indonesia who are looking to make trouble, namely abusing their stay permit in the country, abusing their investor visa or engaging in illegal drug-related activities, would be subjected to firm action by the government and the authorities. Panjaitan also made a specific remark regarding the rising number of foreign tourists in Bali who have been caught either hustling and online gambling dealers or distributing drugs. He further asked for the police to take firm action against such tourists as well. The National Police recently raided a major drug lab and hydroponic farm for marijuana, hidden in a villa on the resort island of Bali, and arrested 4 people.
Coming up in sports, Coach Kim Swee tells his Sabah players to be clinical, stay focused. Stay with us.
Perlawanan bola sepak Liga Super 2024 menggegar perlawanan dengan aksi-aksi dan asakan. Setiap peluang terus diburu untuk meletuskan ledakan. Perlawanan seterusnya, Jumaat 17 Mei, Kelantan Darul Naim FC bertemu Sabah FC 8.30 malam di saluran Oki dan saluran sukan RTM. Saksikan juga secara penstreaman langsung di RTM Klik.
Sabah FC head coach Dato' Ong Kim Swee is keeping his fingers crossed that his men will be more clinical with their finishing when they take on Kelantan Darul Naim FC in the Super League at the Sultan Muhammad IV Stadium in Kota Baru tomorrow. Having seen his team waste numerous chances in their scoreless season opening draw against Penang FC at the Likas Stadium on Sunday, Kim Swee said they have worked hard to sharpen their blunt strike force.
He said what's important for every player to remain focused during the match. In a statement today, he said tomorrow's match is crucial for Sabah FC to achieve the target set by the management, as they must make sure to return home with a positive result. As for the preparations for the away game against Kelantan, Kim Swee said the East Coast side only lost 1-0 to Sri Pahang FC last week, and as such, he expects a tough time tomorrow. The results shows that Kelantan are no longer the whipping boys of old, he said, adding that their task is more difficult because as hosts, the Kelantan boys will want to play offensively and energetically to please their fans. Kim Swee cautioned it won't be a walk in the park for his players. He said he remained positive that his players know that are ready to make sure to win their first match of the season and give themselves a confidence boost ahead of the upcoming matches.
Manchester United kept their hopes of salvaging a dismal season alive by qualifying for Europe as Amad Diallo's Rakyat inspired a 3-2 win against Newcastle in the Premier League on Wednesday. Erik ten Hag's side are battling to secure a 7th-place finish in the standings, which could secure a place in next season's UEFA Conference League.
United are still in the hunt for the place after beating Newcastle to move level on points with the 7th-place Magpies. Goals from Kobe Mainoo, Diallo and Rasmus Højlund at Old Trafford gave United only their 3rd win in 9 league games. However, United's goals difference is vastly inferior to Newcastle's, meaning they must batter the Magpies' result in the last game of the season. United will qualify for the Europa League if they won the FA Cup final against Manchester City on 25th May. But if City triumph at Wembley, then 7th will be enough for a Conference League spot. United travel to Brighton on Sunday while Newcastle head to Brentford. Newcastle's defeat means 5th place Tottenham are guaranteed to be in the Europa League next season. Meanwhile, in another game, 6th place Chelsea won 2-1 at Brighton to move closer to European qualification after a turbulent campaign. Cole Palmer put Chelsea ahead with the 22nd league goal of his superb season in the 34th minute. Christopher Nkunku doubled Chelsea's advantage in the 64th minute with his 3rd league goal of an injury-plagued first season with the club. Nkunku then finished off Malo Gusto's cross to leave Brighton deflated. Chelsea defender Reece James was sent off in the 88th minute for kicking João Pedro after being knocked over by the Brighton striker. Danny Welbeck's close-range finish in the 7th minute of stoppage time came too late to stop Chelsea recording 4 successive league wins for the first time since October 2022. Maurizio Pochettino's side host Bournemouth on Sunday, knowing a draw will be enough to earn a European berth, with 5th place still in play if they win and Tottenham lose at Sheffield United. Alexander Zverev reached his 18th Masters semi-final in Rome after defeating Taylor Fritz 6-4, 6-3. His opponent in the last 4 duel is Alejandro Tabilo, the Chilean journeyman who had stunned Novak Djokovic earlier in the tournament. Zverev's moment of concern came in just the 3rd game on centre court at the Foro Italico when he fell on the clay and landed his front. The 2017 champion cut his left wrist and a finger in the tumble. Zverev suffered a serious ankle injury at the 2022 French Open after failing on the clay of Roland Garros during his semi-final against Rafael Nadal and missed the rest of the season. On Wednesday, however, he was able to dust himself down to defeat Fritz in 90 minutes, firing 20 winners with 6 aces and not facing a single break point. Meanwhile, Chile's Tabilo will play his first ever Masters 1000 semi-final at the age of 26 after seeing off unseeded Zhang Zhisen of China 6-3, 6-4 in 1 hour and 26 minutes. Tabilo, in fact, had far less trouble than he did in his battle with Karen Khachanov in the previous round, not facing a single break point on his way to the biggest match of his career at the last major tournament before the French Open. Alright, so that's it from us this evening. In our top story, Kazakhstan visit to further strengthen long-standing relationship. From river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thank you for watching.